So I recently uploaded the final review of my home theater and I got a ton of questions that I want to address in this video. I'm going to start with some of the main questions that I picked from multiple platforms that you guys ask continuously. And so one of those first question is, what type of room is this? So this is called unofficially a frog room, which is a room that typically sits over someone's garage. And that's why it's shaped how it's shaped, because of the roof lining and stuff like that. So this room could have been a bedroom. Typically people turn it into some type of entertainment space, and so that's what we decided to do with this room. The next question is, what's the size of the room? I'm guessing you guys are asking so that if you wanted to redo something like this, that you can find a room in your house and kind of gauge the size that I use into the size that you might possibly have in your house that you can use as well. The room is about 22 feet long and about 17 feet wide. That's excluding certain spaces like going into the closet area where I put the bar, and also the little tiny hallway going towards the exit door. So roughly about 22 feet long and 17 feet wide going across. Another question I got was, what color did I use for the room? You guys are talking about this deep dark blue color, and I did address this in the video, but some of you guys missed it. But the color is from Bear Dynasty from Home Depot, and the color is called Chimney. And the version of the chimney that I used is flat. So you can get satin, you can get a gloss, semi-gloss. However, I chose to use flat because it is a home theater, so I didn't want the walls to be too shiny to where light is, bouncing off the walls and, distracting us from the movie. One of the number one questions I got, and I got this question from the first initial video I posted when I was unboxing the couches, is where did I get the couch from? Now, the couch video got millions of views from me just opening the couch and bringing it into the room. However, the link alone got over 20,000 clicks. So this couch has been in and out of being sold out for a while now, for 2 years, because I posted that video 2 years ago. However, I got the couch from Wayfair. They do sometimes have a few. It's never this color, this light gray color, but sometimes it's a darker gray, which I'm looking over like my purchase of the couch. I wish I did get a darker color, because we do know over time you're going to be able to see, like, if someone wears jeans in this room or something like that, you're going to be able to see like the jean mark in the couches, and I don't like that. So I do wish I had gotten like a darker charcoal gray look over this light gray. I have seen the couch come in stock. However, it's normally not this color. It's normally like a gray or an emerald green or something like that. However, I have other couches that's very similar to this linked as well. So everything that I'm talking about in this video is going to be linked somewhere. It's either going to be in my Amazon storefront, or if it's not a link that's on Amazon, it's going to be my LTK storefront. This couch is from Wayfair. It is like a Chase lounge if you want to look it up yourself. However, I know it's kind of difficult to look on Wayfair to find things that you want. So that's why I have a direct link. And yes, commission is made. If you guys didn't notice, there are different size couches in here, even though they all look the same. 4 of the couches are the big ones, and those are in the 2 in the middle and the 2 in the front sides. Then I was able to luckily find 2 smaller couches, same version, same brand, same everything, and they were left-facing couches and right-facing couches. So I was able to purchase those smaller ones to fit in the nook of the room. And it just chef's kiss for me finding that and them having that. So I was able to get one that I could scoot on the right side and the left side, and they're shaped differently based on what side you want to put them on. So I just thought that was super cool, and I was so excited about having that. Another question is, where are the frames from? And you guys are talking about the movie room frames over here. The frames I got from Hobby Lobby. I have found some that are on Amazon, but I don't know if it's the same exact quality. but I do know that the ones from Hobby Lobby are a little bit pricey. However, like I normally go and buy them when they're having their 50% off wall decor. That's where I was able to get them for 50% off. But to me, they were still up there in price. But the quality is really, it's real wood, it's real glass, like it's really heavy duty and withstand like whatever. I do feel like that's a purchase that I could have gotten from like Amazon or IKEA, and maybe it would have looked the same. I'm not sure, but it is like high quality. It was about $76 full price for one. However, when you go for the 50% off, it drops down to 30 something dollars. I don't think I have the frames linked, but again, Hobby Lobby, and frames are size 24 by 36. So every single one is 24 by 36, heavy duty, really good frames. However, I do feel like I splurged on those. Another question that I got was, how did I choose my posters? So I think it's really interesting when it comes to my posters, because initially I started out wanting to go with like classic Black movie posters. I didn't really want to pick the original posters that everyone would have in their movie room, which is like Scarface or Godfather or Scary Movie, or stuff like that you typically see in a movie room. So I was like, what's a way to be different? So I initially started out wanting to have like classic Black movies, like The Best Man, like I have on my wall. My husband loves Life. That's one of the movies he could watch. If there's only one movie to watch for the rest of his life, he would watch Life. And I love Set It Off. I love Love and Basketball. We had a whole list of movies that we wanted to choose from. However, when I went on Amazon to see if I could find movie posters, there wasn't many options of what I wanted coming up. And so initially I found some of these poster images on Etsy, and I was able to purchase them for like $3 a piece movie. And then that's where I got some of them printed out from a printing shop in Virginia Beach, which is a House of Printing. And they did a great job printing those, but I do feel like the image was too big. And so some of them were a little bit too pixelated. And that's when I started looking online, and I came across movieposters.com. And they had a few movies as well, but not everything that was on my list. And so we got to thinking, like, we do have kids, and we wanted some more kid-friendly movies as well. My oldest daughter, she's obsessed with Spider-Man. And so we was just like, all right, let's get Spider-Man. And once we opened a door to like having Spider-Man there, it was kind of like, okay, of course we love Black Panther and Avatar. We love Avatar. And so even though I wanted to stay classic Black movies, we did end up putting most of the movies that we actually love and actually watch, and just also that were bright images that really like kind of set off the wall panel outside. And then we put most of the classic Black movies in the home theater, so that, that's how that happened. So we started off with a certain image in our head, but then as we went along, we just couldn't get access to some of these posters. And then we just changed it up and mixed it up. Link for the wood panels. So I got the wood panels from Home Depot. No, I'm lying. I got the wood panels from Amazon. So you get 2 panels. Now, y'all, it's not cheap. So the Amazon panels, they're about $160, and you get 2 panels that are about 12 inches wide. So if you have a big long wall, you're gonna need at least 3 to 4 boxes of panels, which I believe we ended up getting about 6 boxes of panels to do just that wall. So yeah, again, it's linked on Amazon, and the color that we used is walnut. We do plan on doing another project that we're going to be buying some more wall pans because we really love how they look. However, I'm going to use maybe a oak color downstairs rather than walnut color, which I do love the walnut color. So I got a question that says, how big is the screen, the projector screen? So the projector screen is 110 inches wide. And originally I did make a wrong purchase, and I bought a 120. I thought it could fit in the space that we have that goes across. However, it came and it was way too big. I did have some issues trying to mail the projector screen back. So we still have that projector screen. I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but we still have it. If someone wants to purchase it, let me know. So it is a motorized projector screen, and it came from Elite Screens. It's a great company that sells really good screens. It wasn't super expensive compared to what originally I was supposed to get. It was around like four something, and they also sell on Amazon. I do recommend probably purchasing it off Amazon rather than going through the company like we did, because like I said, like trying to mail the one that we got incorrect back to them is a nightmare. And so we just out our money right now, but we'll find something to do with it in a way to get our money back. Because we were on a time constraint, we ended up purchasing the 110 screen from Amazon. So the 120 screen we got from the company, and the 110 screen we got from Amazon. Another thing I want to tell you guys is that screen does not come with the trigger that normally when you turn the projector on, it's supposed to trigger the motorized screen to come down. That's a separate purchase. So if you guys want to have that feature, you have to purchase those things separately. Before you even decide you want to do this home theater thing, I highly recommend getting with a professional, because this all would not have been possible without having a professional kind of map out the room. Like the design part of the room is me, but the technological part of the room is a specialist. So we did contact Best Buy, and they have their own specialist or advisor that came out, and he kind of marked the walls of where he thought stuff would go. They also had the Geek Squad come out and look to see if they were going to be able to get in the walls, and that's a whole nother thing. But we had an advisor basically telling us exactly where our speakers would go, how far our projector needed to be from the screen, stuff that we wouldn't have knowledge of before. So and I don't believe it costs us anything. However, you tell the advisor your budget. Of course, you call them because you plan on purchasing through them to buy from Best Buy. However, tell them our budget. We started off, our initial budget for technology was around like $10,000. And after sitting on the project for like 2 years and not doing anything with it, just because I lost interest in the project, when we came back, we had already spent so much money in the room and budgeting for everything else over the house. We decided like, okay, that budget is a little bit steep, let's bring it down a couple thousand. So we did bring it down like 2,000. So our final budget was 8,000. And I'm only telling you guys that because they'll work with whatever budget you give them. So if your budget is less than that, if your budget is 5,000, 2,000, whatever below that, they will give you the equipment that you need to accomplish this. But if your budget is 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 for a home theater, it can be, because they have state-of-the-art seats, state-of-the-art like sound system, projector screens that will range up that high. So if your budget is more than that, like you can accomplish that, but you need an advisor to tell you. You can either use a company outside of Best Buy, or you can use Best Buy if you kind of want to like DIY / a little bit of help, advice type stuff. They came in, they basically told me how many speakers I needed, what type of speakers they were going to need me, and they made sure like everything was fitting within the budget that I gave him. For my initial budget, I had a completely different screen, a projector screen, and that's basically the only thing he really changed was the price of my screen. And we ended up not even buying that screen through Best Buy because they don't sell it anymore. So even if you go with them, that doesn't mean every single thing that you buy has to be from Best Buy. If they're trying to work with your budget and they see that, okay, something's not going to work. I don't know if he was supposed to do that, but he did advise me outside of that for certain things, not everything. So the projectors, which you guys did ask me that question, where's the projectors? What is it? It's an Epson 11,000 something. It's a newer version, and that was the most expensive thing we purchased in this room is the projectors. And it is roughly almost $4,000 for this, not the screen, the projector itself. So of course they have less expensive projectors. They also have way more expensive projectors. So it's all about your budget. Your budget doesn't have to be our budget. Your budget could be more or your budget could be less. So they'll work with whatever you choose. But this is a great projector. And the screen that we were kind of worried about because we went down on a budget on the screen turned out to be just fine. It turned out to be actually phenomenal. So I do believe like y'all will be okay if your budget is under what ours were. And so as far as the speakers, I did mention the speakers, and I said a lot of great things about the speakers. And so I did want to reiterate that the speakers are Sonan speakers. However, you can't get the effects that I talked about, the Atmos sounds coming from different sides of the room, coming from above you. You can't get that without the receiver. And the receiver has to be an Atmos receiver. And so the receiver that we got is, I believe, Pioneer. Like I said, everything is linked in my Amazon storefront under home theater. So you guys will be able to view that if you want to do that yourself. However, like I said, an advisor is recommended, because you might set it up and it might not be what you want it to be because you didn't put the screen far enough away from the projector, or you put the sounds too close to each other. Like they're supposed to be a certain length apart and supposed to be in certain areas of the room so that you're able to hear properly. And so you do need somebody to advise you on that. Even if you just get them to come in and advise you and then you just buy it yourself and like do it yourself, like that's fine too, I guess. But yeah, so that's some great advice about the sound. The sound is amazing, but it can't be amazing without the receiver and the bass. And our bass is also linked. I don't know the name of every single thing, but that one is also linked as well. Where did I get the lights from? Which lights? So all my lights I got from Amazon. The wall lights that I got, they are rechargeable because we didn't want to put hardwire connections everywhere. We already had so much stuff going on. They are rechargeable. They did last about I had them on for like 3 days. That's long because I have other stuff that I have on and they'll last like a couple hours. These up down wall light or sconces, someone corrected me and says say sconces, but when you Google sconces, you're not gonna get up down wall lights. So that's why I specifically said up down wall lights, because when you Google up down wall lights, you're gonna get up down wall lights. But if you Google sconces, wall sconces, you're gonna get a variety of things that you're not looking for. The one over the trash can, super cheap. That's like $20 for 3 lights, but it takes 3 batteries as well in those lights. Is Tyrone available to work? That's probably one of the main questions, is about my cousin Tyrone. Cousin. Some of you guys thought I said husband, my first husband, but no, that's my cousin Tyrone. And is he available to work? Yes, he does. He does have his main job, but he is establishing a company. And so that's why I linked him in that video so you guys could reach out. However, like I said, he has his own job, he's all right. Tyrone is a man of many skills. What do you call it? A jack of all trades, a master of all of them. So he does a lot of things, fixes cars. He does a lot of things. So he's a busy man. So when I say he's available, I'm not saying that's his sole company, that's his sole thing right now. So you're going to be able to get him and get him to come right then and there. It's really just up to what he has going on and what he's doing. But I feel like his end goal is to have an established business. He doesn't just do electrical either. He's like a handyman. And so a lot of things he can get done. It doesn't matter. Floors. It's just a bonus to have the electrical part and all that stuff. Very much jack of all trades, master of all of them. So is he available? I would say if you're serious about getting some work done, I would say just reach out to him. It's not a business Instagram that I tagged, but yeah, reach out and find out. So those were the main questions asked. Again, everything is linked. If you don't want to use the links, you don't have to. But the more specific things of exactly what I have and exactly what I bought will be in those links. So if you don't want to use the links, that's fine. But if you want to see exactly what I use to accomplish the room, technology-wise and everything else, everything is linked. It's either going to be on my Amazon storefront, which most of the technology is on. I did get the technology mostly from Best Buy. However, I was able to go through Amazon and find everything, and I was able to link them. And then stuff that is not on Amazon is in my LTK storefront. Stuff like the couch, because it's from Wayfair, and just things that I bought from like Wayfair or other sites will be on my LTK storefront. So you guys are able to go there and source that. that's where we're at with that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the love and support I've been getting, and I can talk a lot more about certain things. If you guys have more questions, be sure to ask them on this video. I have a lot of stuff recorded that I wanted to break down piece by piece, but once I showed the reveal, I was like, do they even really need the rest of the stuff that I have? I don't know. If you guys want to see that, let me know as well, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye.